The death of Hilary Todson is one that has touched a lot of persons. But even as we cry about the death of Hilary Todson, it's important we ask ourselves, what were the things that really go wrong? What were the things that went wrong? This question is very, very important because in this video, I want to show you two things you have to know about the death of Hilary Todson. So quickly, report has it that this particular guy, Hilary Todson, was lured by friends from Owerri, Imo, to Port Harcourt sometime in July, and then he was there. Like it didn't really take too long. When he got there, according to reports online, the friend that he went to see told him to stay back, that he wants to go out to get something for him. And then when the friend came back, he came with his squad, and they did what they have to do, collected his money and all the rest. And then he was thrown. After having been beaten so much, he was thrown from a 3-story building in the hotel where the guys were. And when he fell down, we want to believe he was unconscious. So Good Samaritan, possibly a staff from the hotel, then took him to an hospital and all of that. Let me just wrap up everything. I wouldn't want to take too long. So October now, some days ago, I think it should be last week, the guy died. This story, just a summary, I wouldn't want to really go so deep into it. So this story really touches a lot of persons, and it has made a lot of persons to just like wet their bed with tears. Because when I first heard about this story, I was like, how could friends be this heartless? I don't really have words to use in describing this, you understand? Because you told somebody that you have a job for the person, and then the person came, you have an activity that's going to help the person, and the person came only for you guys to do this. Like, this is the height of absurdity. But why we lament, get annoyed, and like, oh, why did this happen about the death of Hilary Todson? It's important we ask ourselves what went wrong. That's the reason I'm doing this video, because I strongly believe if we can if we should try as much as we can to learn from experiences, incidents, and things that are not so pleasant that happens, try to observe, take a deep, close look at it, we can find wisdom from there. The story is really so touching. I to be very honest with you, I wept for days. I wept for days. It's really so touching. But here are two things I want you to know about the death of Hilary Todson for your own good, that's going to help you. The first thing is this. The earlier report, they are still investigating it and trying to know what really went, like what his sexuality really is, because a lot of persons are saying it's because he's a gay. That's the reason why he was thrown from the 3-story building. But so it's based on that premise that I want to give this first advice. So your sexuality, that okay, he's aware, he knows he's a gay person, for example, because we can't really tell if that's what he is, because given the latest video I just watched, there was no traces and nothing that indicates and that has anything to do with his sexual orientation. So the first thing is, don't really meet anybody you are not so, like, you don't know everything about the person. You know that you're a gay, for example, and then a friend of yours called you and said, okay, I want to come to this place, I have an activity for you, I want to give you something. That's the first rule. Don't trust anybody. Don't be so comfortable in the hands of your friend that he calls you from a far place and you go. That's the first thing. A lot of us, we just trust people too quickly. That's the first thing. I know what I'm talking about. Listen up. Most of his friends, I want to believe, they know his sexual orientation. they know that this guy is a gay, for example, and because we can't really verify if it is really that's really what he is, but the reports as it that that's who he is. But that's what I'm just saying, for example. So you know that this is not, my sexual orientation is not one that everybody wants, everybody likes, people embraces, and you get a friend from a far place telling you that, okay, come, I want to give you this, I want to give you that, I have this job offer, there is this activity, I want you to come, so that, listen, rule it out. Rule it out. That's the first thing. And don't trust people. No matter how close you are with the person, don't. Now, there is one thing I really want us to take a close look at. It's important that we observe people. Most of us really don't have the spirit of discerning, but you need to have that spirit now. People are showing red flags, but a lot of us, we use, I like this person so much, no, I just can't really. People are showing red flags, and you have to be observant to see that red flag. Look at the red flags. Open your eyes. Don't be blinded with desire and, oh, we have been friends for a long time, we childhood friends. People are showing red flags. Learn to observe people's body language. Sometimes when you say certain things, try as much as you can to just watch how the person reacts. Sometimes their face changes. Sometimes in the public, they know his sexual orientation, for example, although we can't confirm it yet. How did you react? Leave this guy. Look, those are red flags, and you don't have to let it just go like that. Hold it. So when the person tells you, hey, come this place, there's an activity you want to do, hey, he's planning something evil against you. So when you have a friend, try as much as you can to be observing the person, so that when you see signs, this type of signs, those are the red flags. And when a person calls you for something that's in a very far place, you know that something is coming up. Like, let me just give you this story. There's a particular friend of mine. I just want to go straight to the most important point. We went to a particular place to buy something. I was the one paying for it. So when we went there, there's a little argument that came up. Me and somebody, not really an heated argument, though. Like, when somebody just says something and you it's not in agreement. So, and the other person, that person was already in the supermarket. So me and this other of my friend, we went. So when me and the person was having that little argument now, then the person then asked this person that came along with me, how you see that thing? Is it correct? Guess what? This friend that came with me to the supermarket supported the stranger he doesn't know. And can I tell you something? Of course, that friendship has ended. It didn't lead to anywhere. Why am I sharing this story with you? There are red flags. So when me and that person was having a little argument, and he asked the one I feel was my friend, he supported that person. That is a big red flag. Look, our friendship later ended, and it wasn't in a good way, to be very honest with you. So now, let's say that our friendship has not ended, but he has done that thing in the supermarket. I was not really observant enough. As I didn't know, truly I was not observant enough to know that this is red flag. This person shouldn't be my friend. So if he had an opportunity, say, Vicious has a lot of money, so if we just take him to this place, we can get it. He would have told me, okay, let's go somewhere. There's something I want us to do there. I wouldn't have known, and I would have gone. Then something bad would have happened. So you have to be observant. Train as much as you can to spot the red flags. That's the first thing. You don't trust. You get what I'm talking about? That is the first thing. And try as much as you can to observe. Then the second thing, the second lesson we just have to learn from the death of Todson, it's really a touching one. It's really a touching one. It's really a touching one. Embrace social media. Embrace social media. That's the second thing we have to learn from the death of Hilary Todson. Embrace social media. And this much you might not really understand what I'm talking about. You might be saying, am I not on social media? Listen. Embrace it. I don't really know what some parents are even doing on this social media. Embrace it. It's in two areas, so this social media. That's the reason I just paused a little. Embrace it. In this social media, try as much as you can to know the latest happenings. That's why if you've watched up to this point in this video, I want you to click the subscribe button, because I want to be focusing on this type of stories, because I want to focus on this type of stories so that people can really understand, because I'm not just sharing the story, I'm trying to show you what you should do differently. God is the one that helps us, but there are things we can do differently to make things go different. You get what I'm talking about? So embrace social media. Look, there is a proverb, I don't know if you've heard it. It says, the more you know, the more lucky you become. All the latest information you need, it's on social media. So try as much as you can to know latest happenings. It kind of open your eye, and you see when a similar thing is about to play, you understand. You are a gay person, and then somebody is calling you from afar. You going? I talked about trying as much as you can to observe body language. There are red flags. When you watch latest happenings, you're more lucky. People don't go to that street by 12 p.m. Somebody went there by 12 p.m. This was what happened. This is what happened. You understand what I'm talking about? This is what is happening in so road in Nigeria. This is what is happening in Benue. This is what is happening. It's usually in the rural areas. These things give you insight, understanding, and it makes you to be more lucky. So that's why I say social media. The first thing is about like Todson we have to understand is, one, don't trust anybody. Try as much as you can to get the red flags from friends so that you don't fall a victim, because these people showed red flags but you wouldn't know. Two, social media. And social media first is always look at the latest happenings, because the more you know, the more lucky you become. And two, it's obvious that Todson was too in the social media. It's obvious that Todson was really struggling, because from the video, one of the video I watched regarding a story, we heard that he was, I think, staying with his auntie Abigail in that area while his mother is in Abuja. So this clearly shows that Todson was really so struggling on his own. And if the report that Todson was a gay is really true, then it means he's doing those kind of wrong things. This is the reason why we should recheck our work. And if you think you don't really have anything to do, it's only errands you have to do, embrace social media in a different way. Because it looks very strong. If you're a gym guy, go to the gym and use social media to be getting something for yourself, uploading your videos, offering trainings. And that just it. That is if you don't want to do physical work. You know what I'm talking about? Instead of to use that social media to be looking for people that are going to knock you, you know what I mean by knock? If you are in Nigeria, that's going to have sex with you so as to give you money. Use that social media to promote a certain skill you have, because I strongly believe that if it was true, he was truly gay and he was called for this activity, if he was not into those wrong things, this would have happened. As if he was truly gay. So the main point is, let's not think of if you're a gay, don't be looking for people that's going to have sex with you to give you money. Use the social media to promote certain skill you have so that you can be having money. So this is where I'll be calling it end on this video, the death of Hilary Todson. 2 lessons you have to know. The story is really so touching, and I strongly believe that if you've watched the end of this video, you must have learned a thing or two about the death of Hilary Todson. So we're gonna see tomorrow for more videos. Don't forget to click the subscribe button. Thumbs up.